Welcome in, everybody, to
Rizz,
Rizz.
Rizz.
As always, we take a question from an aspiring sports industry employee, and this one is a doozy. Take a listen.
Is why do you think Eileen Gu, who was born here in San Francisco, went to Stanford? She's a freestyle skier who represents Team China. Why do you think she got so much flack from the media and just people around the world for representing China when the other 8 athletes didn't get so much heat from representing other countries?
Sophia's coming in hot, Celeste. I
Yeah.
love it. Like just going for it. We don't answer a lot of controversial questions, and this is a controversial situation regarding Eileen Gu. And yet, in my humble opinion, it shouldn't be. So, Sophia, why did Eileen catch so much grief? Well, I'm going to give you my personal opinion on this because I don't know the answer. I don't know the factual answer. But if you're paying attention to politics at all today, then you know that the US doesn't have very many friends right now, given our current administration
To say
and
the
this
least.
big word that they love to use and implement called tariffs. And they have implemented some big doozies with China. And there's a whole narrative that we are in a Cold War with China and they're America's enemy. And so for Eileen Gu to choose to represent China over the United States was a massive backhand to the Trump administration. I personally am like, Eileen Gu, you do you. Okay, yes, that rhymes, but I also like this is the beauty of the Olympics is that it also honors and recognizes your culture and where you're from. It's the exact same thing as the World Baseball Classic. And no guy is going to catch any grief for playing for another team than USA, where he plays professional baseball for Major League Baseball, but he's going to play for Puerto Rico, or he's going to play for Italy, or he's going to play for the country he can get on a team. He wants to play, so he's going to where there's a spot, he'll take it. But also it's a chance to recognize your people and your culture and if you look at Bad Bunny for the halftime show for the Super Bowl, like how much grief that got, that is in the same umbrella as Eileen Gu. And I think it's awful that it happened to her. And I watched her press conference where a reporter basically kind of set her up saying, I'm paraphrasing, but like, were you disappointed that you didn't win gold in this event? And is a silver kind of a fail?
Mhm.
And go watch her response because I earned so much respect for her at that moment. I, first of all, didn't care that she represented China. Good for you. But go watch that response and you'll understand why Eileen Gu has gotten under this administration's skin. JD Vance, the vice president of our country, took the time to rip her to shreds because she chose to represent one of the two countries that she represents as a human being.
Mhm.
And so all I can tell you is my opinion. I believe it's completely political. There were 8 American athletes that represented other countries. And because she's the only one from China, which is on our poo poo list right now in America, and I say that for the administration, not personally, that's why she came under so much fire. You want to add
Mhm.
anything? I went off, Celeste. Did you want
Yeah,
to add
you
anything?
did. Wow, that was a great take. Okay, so while you were talking, I was thinking about this. And, it'd be 8 individual athletes that represented different countries from the United States just in the single competitions, right? So I know this is, it's politics, is what you're talking about. But when I heard you talking, and I only watched one event, unfortunately, for the Olympics, Amy, unfortunately, that's all I had time for, and it was USA versus Canada for the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Now, thinking about that game, hello, have we
For
heard of Sidney
hockey? For hockey.
Crosby? Yeah,
For hockey.
for hockey. So
Yeah,
Sidney Crosby on the Canadian team, how many other NHL stars were representing other countries?
absolutely.
Tons of them. So could it be because she is a woman and got called out? Because I didn't see JD Vance call out any of the men hockey players, or like you brought up, MLB. NBA, is going to be obviously every single time they're going to be representing their countries over and over again.
Absolutely.
Nothing was talked about these team players, especially the men's team
Yeah.
players. So, great question, Sophia. I like
Yeah.
what you brought. I think we brought it back, Amy. So,
Yeah. I mean,
mic drop
it's
right
it's
there.
it's everything that you said. She's female, and she's in a single event, and she's Chinese.
Mhm.
And that was the perfect storm for our administration to go after her. She was an easy target, but if you go see what she says, she didn't make herself an easy target and she's not standing up for it. And I respect the hell out of her. So, Sophia,
Amen.
good on you that you know about this and that you're bringing attention to issues like this as we keep trying to hashtag keep moving forward, right? Gets kind of hard in moments like this. So thank you for submitting the question. If you have a question for me and Celeste about anything in the sports industry, send it our way. Until next time, go get that gig.